evening, everyone, and thank you all for joining us today. My name is Rashmita, and I am the event planner for Microsoft Reactor India. The session will run over the next 60 minutes, including Q&A. But before we begin, please take a moment to read our code of conduct. We are all here to learn together, so please be respectful of other people's views, understanding of differences, being kind and considerate in the way you engage. The chat section will be open throughout, and we do encourage you all to participate. So please feel free to drop all your questions in the chat section. I would now like to welcome Prathap, our speaker for today's session. Prathap is a Microsoft AI MVP and a developer at EVIDEN, where he designs and implements data pipelines for evidence-based healthcare solutions. He leverages OpenAI products, Azure Functions, and cloud technologies to optimize data quality, security, and scalability. But for now, I will hand over to Pratap to begin the session. Let me bring him into the stream. There you go. Over to
Hi
you, Pratap.
everyone. Yeah. Hi Rasmita. How are you? Yeah.
I'm doing good. How are you, Pratap?
I'm I'm doing good, Rasmita. So thanks for
Awesome.
the wonderful opportunity to talk in the Microsoft Reactor.
It's
So it
always
is one
pleasure,
of the
Pratap.
yeah yeah. So I'm so excited to share the knowledge of this entire session. Yeah. And let me quick uh, give me one moment. So please let me know. So once my presentation is visible to everyone.
It's visible, Pratap. You can go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, then hi everyone, and those who are joining from wherever the world, I like so very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and so I'm welcoming you all for this wonderful session. So today I'm going to teach you something about building intelligent chatbots with Azure AI, and yeah, so we have the wonderful features that will be added in Azure AI services. Especially, we have the language studio, we have the Q&A maker feature in the language studio, where we need to build the different types of Q&A chatbots and all. Yeah, so today's session we more focusing about on what is an AI and how it will really helpful for us, and in the real time how can we build this chatbots and everything. So if you have any queries, feel free to drop your queries in the chat. So at the end of this session, probably we have a look towards this Q&A. So I would like to interact with you all. Okay, and yeah, so let's start. So before going to the presentation, so I would like to introduce myself. I'm an Prathap Reddy, Microsoft AI MVP. So I'm an associate consultant and I'm working as a developer at EVIDEN. So I'm an author, I'm a blogger, and I'm a global speaker. I hold a 9x certificate and Azure, especially on Azure. And so Microsoft recognized me as a Microsoft AI MVP. So I'm the English AI MVP, and so this is all about my very brief introduction about me. So if you want me to, if you want you, if you want any help and regarding this AI services and AI things, please feel to connect with me over LinkedIn, and so I'm happy to assist you for the what are the concern you have related to AI and ML things. Okay, let's go forward to this today's agenda. So today's agenda is mainly we can focus on about this AI. What is an AI? What is conversational AI? Why we need to call it as the conversational AI? And what is knowledge base? And more we can have a look on Q&A maker, and after that we can go for the some demo, and finally we can go for the Q&A, like whatever do you have any queries and related to the. And only thing is that before I'm going to the demo, so what are the channels with us in language studio, so where we what are the deployment we need to integrate this chatbot into that channels. So most probably I would like to integrate this chatbot into my teams, so it is unable to interact with my knowledge base, and but there are several types of chatbots, but it would like to give you the responses. I would like to show you the responses, how we are getting the responses through the chatbot and all. But only thing is that so at the end the channel is not working, so that I would like to show you. So it is, and Microsoft product is, and some preview features that is enabled in language studio, so we can go ahead and we can see. Okay, now first thing is that so anyone in the chat, please feel free to let me know what is AI. So I mean, so my colleagues and a few of my friends and everyone say, so whenever I need to ask, so everyone says, right, what is AI means? AI means artificial intelligence. So someone like that, it's give me some chill jokes, and so they go this. Most of the people let me up, tell me about this acronym word of this AI. So that is artificial intelligence. But we need the exact meaning, and we need some definition in real terms, right? So what is an AI? So in my terms, artificial intelligence is the science of making machines think and act like humans. See, I'm a human being. I can act according to, I mean, for example, let's say not a human being, consider me as an AI, consider you as, I mean, you all are humans. So for example, let's say whatever the behavior you are doing, like for example, say you can eat, I mean, you can mimic some others, and you can write, you can read, and you can speak, and what are the actions that a human is able to do, that everything that we can definitely do with the help of this artificial intelligence. So that is called, we in simple terms, the artificial intelligence is the science of making visions and think and act like humans. Is the, in the simple terms we can make, we can call it as this an artificial intelligence. Okay, so we have different things like AI can really what AI can do. Like we can see AI can able to see. Yes, of course, AI can able to see. For example, let's say we have mobile phones, we have CC cameras, we have a lot of, I mean, like we have laptops, so we have a lot of automobiles, and everything is there. So whatever the AI applications we are using, it is able to see, it is able to recognize you, it is able to, for example, let's say if you are using mobile phones, so mobile phone is able to unlock because of your facial recognition, that everything is AI can able to do with the help of this feature. So that's why we can say it has AI can able to see, and AI can able to hear. See, we have, for example, let's say me and my wife is discussing something, and we need to buy one good sofa or good Nike shoes. Okay, after 6 hours, 12 hours. So when I open, but I didn't search it on Flipkart, or I didn't search it on Amazon, or I didn't search it any browser itself. Okay, so after 6 hours or 7 hours, or maybe consider 24 hours. So whatever we talk in front of this lab or AI application. So, for example, it is suggested me like the best quality products or related to the sofas in Flipkart, some other website. It is able to see, this AI can able to hear anything. So it is able to hear, and it is able to see these things, and it is able to speak. Excuse me, and it is able to speak. For example, let's say, so we have live talking authors. So we have the different types of GPT models we are using. So whenever we need to give any input, okay, so we are getting a response in a such a way like a speaking model. Like for example, the response in the more form of speech. So we have that feature is available in AI as well, and moreover, so AI can able to remember. For example, let's say, so I had a conversation with this AI chatbot so long back ago. For example, let's see. Uh, so I had a conversation in ChatGPT, for example, let's say 15 days ago. So I just had a conversation with Chatbot about so what is an Azure, and what are the applications and everything. I had a conversation. Okay, so So whenever I just go back to that past chart, okay, so I just continue the chart means it will give you the responses according to the previous past chart to whatever it may be. So that's why whenever we can ask something related to what is the I mean on the day what we done and everything means that AI can able to remember and it is give you the responses to this users and all. Excuse me. And these are the some capabilities like AI can really help users and also AI can able to see and hear and speak and remember. So these all are the some applications. These all are some uh, so we can say it as some key features for this artificial intelligence. Okay, now we can have a really look dig into this building chatbot and all. So while digging into this building chatbots, so we need first of all we need a conversational language. So this conversational language so that is available in language studio. So this language studio it is able to we have different key features where we can chit chat with the different types of things and all everything we can. Okay, now so we can discuss about what is Azure language studio. And yeah, so we can say it as language studio is a powerful platform that allows you to build and create custom models for text processing using your own data. Say for example whatever the data you have, so you need to create you need to build the one type of language studio. So by using the powerful platform like language studio, right, it is allows you to build, it is allows you to create some custom model. For example, the custom model is I'm creating one chatbot. So that is one custom model. So we use this language studio while we have the large scale of data, we have large enterprise data and everything we go and everything we have to showcase about this language studio and all. Okay, now, and we can, it is designed to handle various NLP tasks, and we have a lot of NLP tasks, so it is used to be and will give you the responses accordingly. Okay, now it is one of the thing, and now we can go for what is conversationally. So, any one of you, those who are joined in this session, and please let me know what is your understanding of conversationally. Yeah. So, before you are giving the information, I would like to uh, tell you what is conversation. So, for example, it we can simply say it as it is a conversation between an A and a human being. So, there is a one abbreviation like a solution that enables the dialogue between an A agent and human. So, we can simply say it as it is a conversational A. Okay, now and generally, AI agents, I mean, generally we can say it as these AI agents are known as bots. So, in simple terms, we can also call it as chatbots. So, we can chat, so this call it as a chatbots. So, we have a lot of features for the chatbot and we have the conversational AI and everything we can discuss over in this language studio and all. Okay. Now, we can move forward to the bots can engage over multiple channels such as okay, so we have the multiple channels teams like outlook like email facebook, we have skype and different channels we have. So everything we can go ahead and we have to integrate this whatever the conversational AI we have built and we have to integrate this into this particular channels and all. Okay, so that is and all we can do. Okay, now we have some communication through this email, such as these are some multiple channels like email, chat, and social media. Everything where we integrate these channels and all. Okay, and okay, now we can go for this available features in. So we have these available features in this model. Like what are these available features? Like named entity recognition. So we have the named entity recognition. So I think most of the people will recognize this named entity recognition. Okay. So this named entity recognition, we can say it as, for example, let's say city names, person names, trees names, and everything related to names. We can call it as it will. Um, okay. And once again, give me a moment. Yeah, named entity, it is moreover, it is depends upon uh, so like it will identify the noun terms. Okay, like whatever the name it was, it will recognize and it will give you the responses accordingly. So I would like to show you, for example, say one name is for example, so my name is Pratap, so organization is Rashmita, and we have Microsoft Reactor. It will identify as a Microsoft Reactor, Prathap, Rashmita, and a lot of the names it will recognize. So it is called it as name recognition and language detection. So whatever the language we was using, so we need to, it will detect the language as well. And we have the sentiment analysis and opinion meaning. So we have the sentiment analysis. And for example, let's say what type of mood you are in, whether it's positive, whether you are in negative, whether it was in neutral. It will give you the sentiment analysis as well. And we have some key phrase extraction. So like key phrase extraction is more over depends upon and for example, let's say is there any what are the passage we have submitted to this model, it will extract the key phrases as well. And we have some conversational language understanding feature. So we have this feature, so where we need to build the language to, build a Q&A maker with the help of this conversational language understanding. And we have a question answering, and we have question answering so Q&A maker, and it will give you the responses and all. And we have custom text analytics for health. So for example, we need to we have any prescription of any health data and everything, so where we need to integrate this health data, it will give you the responses whether this person is suffering from the fever or not, what type of disease it is occurring, what type of precautions we need to take for this particular disease and all. So in everything we have to have a look on this custom text analytics for health and all. Okay, this is all about some key features about this language studio. Now we can come back to the Q&A maker service. So this Q&A maker, so it is, we can say it as a defined knowledge base of question and answer pair. For example, let's say, so today, so while we creating this chatbot, so we would like to create one knowledge base. Okay, so I would like to create one knowledge base with the help of one Excel file. So we need to with set of questions and set of answers as well. So this is we can I mean, how can it will be react? It will probably it will play a role as one type of how can we say that knowledge base. So it is act like a knowledge base. We need to integrate this knowledge base, and where we need to get the responses through this conversational chatbot and all. Okay, so I would like to show you. Okay, and by entering question and answers, by entering question and answers, so we'll get the responses. And from the existing frequently asked question document, so we have to integrate this FAQ document as well. We need to get the responses. And by using a built-in chat, so we have the universal built-in chat in over in language studio Q&A maker, so we have to integrate that one. And so it will consume the knowledge base from the client apps and include. So for example, let's say, so we have the any business requirement where we use it to create this chatbot by using the client apps including bots and whatever the data, whether the which type of database and everything we have to integrate. And also moreover, it will only supports the MongoDB and Cosmos DB for this Q&A maker service and all. And so this SQL and Oracle it doesn't support. So but maybe future we can expect this type of databases we need to integrate in this chatbot and all. Okay, now so we can say this is one of the uh, example. Okay, so one screenshot I just attached it over here about the Q&A maker and all. Okay, now okay, so next we can go for like Azure bot services. What is Azure bot services, and why we need Azure bot services? So why we need to so we already discussing about knowledge base. So why we need to discuss about this bot services and all. Okay. So there is a one interrelation between this knowledge base and bot services and language to do. Okay. Now, so a cloud-based platform that develops and managing bots. So bot services we can call it is a service where we need to develop and manage the all the bots. So we can call it as bot services, and so it is the integration of language understanding and Q&A maker and others. And this is a lot about some bot services and we have some connectivity through the multiple channels. So there are the different multiple channels like Teams and Chat, Hike, Hive and Outlook, email, different social media platforms we have available in this Azure and all. So we have to integrate. So I would like to show you so what are the multiple channels that is available in Azure part services and all. Okay. Then we have the knowledge based benefits for your company. So we have the different uh, knowledge based benefits. Okay. So where we use it to be, I mean, like, so there are different types of benefits for this knowledge base and all. So you need to integrate into your company and as well. And so why we need to use this knowledge base for better productivity. So for whenever we need to use this type of bots and all, we get some better productivity and all, and we have some better search engine. So with the help of this so for example, let's say, so whenever we need to integrate our knowledge base, so whenever we need to ask this chatbots, it will give you the responses in a such a way in the better search engine, and it will act like a better search engine. And so it is moreover it is also acts like a better customer retention. So it will act like a customer retention, it will act like a customer representative, it will give you the customer retention as well. And these are one of the benefit of this knowledge base. And less stress for customer support team. So if you have any customer support team, so instead of the searching and affecting for the production and all, so so it is less stress for the customer support team, it will give you the responses accordingly. And we have some useful insights from the knowledge base as well. So these are some benefits of this knowledge base and where we need to integrate and all. Okay. So now we can learn something about what is knowledge base and all, why we need a knowledge base and all. Okay. And everything we need to go ahead. Okay. Now a knowledge base, we can say it as it is an expansive collection of information. We can say it is a set of information. For example, let's say we have the knowledge base as our database, and we have the knowledge base as our company information. Everything it is, we can say it as, for example, let's say you're working in Microsoft, so we can say it as the Microsoft entire employees data. We can say it as one type of information. So it is, we can say it a knowledge base is an expansive collection of information. Like that, we can consider anything like so animal names and everything. It is a group of set of information. We can say it as knowledge base, and where it is in different forms of data, Excel type and different extensions like a PDF format, Word format, and different types of format where we need to use this. And they act as a digital resource for disseminating and collecting information either online or with the capability put into the internet easily. So these are some definitions of KB and all. And so we can simply say it in general terms. So where we need to get this knowledge bases, so from the libraries, database focused on the specific topics, internet repositories like knowledge bases, and we have these are the some common examples of knowledge base. But there are different types of knowledge bases where we need to integrate these knowledge bases in different purposes and all. Okay. Now we can go for the demo. I would like to show you. It's very awesome. So I would like to show you. Okay. So before going to the demo, so I would like to show you something. So we have some learn modules. So just to go ahead and you can. So probably I'll take 1 minute So you just to take one snap, or you can use this learner models. You complete these learner models, you can understand about the conversational language understanding and the Q&A maker, and so Q&A maker document and all everything. So you just complete this task, and better it will be giving you the better responses and all. Okay, and this is all about some learner modules. And later, so if you take this one, then we can go ahead for so demo session. Okay, I think okay. So now we can go ahead for
Pratap,
so
before
yeah.
before you proceed, there is one question from Sunny.
Hmm.
He wants to know the difference between AI and machine learning. So, if you have not covered that point, can you quickly just elaborate on that point one more time?
Yeah, okay. So AI and ML, like it is moreover, it is machine learning. It is moreover where we need to build and where we need to train the model, where we need to deploy in one interface. But AI is we need to add this AI to this what are the catalog models we have in like whether it is in a prompt model, whether it is in any different types of model catalogs. Like for example, let's say we have the recent features like GPT-4o mini, GPT-4o, and the O1 model and O1 preview model. So these all are we have trained with the help of this machine learning algorithms, machine learning texts, and everything we have understanding about this machine learning. But AI in the sense means so. For example, whatever the application we have created with the help of machine learning, we have to add this AI for the better productivity. So, for example, let's say your application is created on behalf of this e-commerce website. Okay, so for example, we need to add this AMAs. So whenever the user, so whenever the, for example, let's say different people will come to your website, it will give you the responses with the help of this AI, and it will give you the better production accordingly. So like that, we can, in simple term, I would like to say it is the key difference of this AI and ML. I think that would be make sense, Ashmita.
Thank you so much. I think we had only one question, so yeah, you can move on.
Okay, so then now we can go forward to the portal.azure.com. So this is the official website of this Microsoft Azure. So where we need to use the 200 plus services and different models and all everything. Okay. Now, so I would like to show you something today. So give me a moment. So you need to utilize this language studio. You need to utilize this Azure. So with the help of you need some subscription. So once you create subscription, you go for the some access for this Azure OpenAI, and you can redirect to the cognitive services, or else you can directly go in the search button, and where we need to use search for like a language studio and all. Okay, so I'm already having this language studio. So I just tap on language, and so I'm already created one language service, but I would like to show you how can we create one language studio and service and all. Okay, so here we have the some default features like sentiment analysis, key face extraction, pre-built question answering, conversation understanding, named entity recognition, and text summarization and text analytics for health. These are some default features. But we whenever we need to do something about the question answering and custom text classification, if you want to go ahead with these two also, you just tap on to select, and then you can select the custom text classifier. If you want to go ahead with also, you can tag Panson, but I would most probably I'll go for the question answering only. Just to tap on to create resource. So once you tap on to the create resource, it will ask you the several questions, probably some basic questions. So which type of subscription, which type of resource group you are using, just select what type of subscription or what type of resource group you have, and region. So you can select what are the regions. So we have the several regions available. So you just select any region, and you can go ahead according to your business requirement. And I just give you some unique name for this one. So I would like to give some Reactor AI Day 14. And so I would like to go for the pricing tier as a standard as well. After that one, so Azure search region, and after this Azure search pricing tier, you can select which type of search region you want and all. And later you can go forward and just to make it checkbox tick for this responsible AI notice period and all. So once you're done, just tap onto next, and here in the network, so make it as a default for network identity and tags. After that, you just tap onto the next, and it will go for the review place. So once the validation is completed, we need to utilize this. We need to create one language resource. Okay, let's try. So validation is completed. Just tap on to create. It will go for the deployment. So I'm already created one service. So I need to utilize this that one only. Okay, and so I just tap onto the language. So already deployment is completed. So this is the language day AAD. So just tap on that one here, and we need to go for the there is a one option called getting started with the language studio. Just tap on here. Okay, before that one, I would like to tell you. So we need to uh, create one knowledge base. So I think I hope my Excel sheet is visible to everyone. So here I created one knowledge base with several set of questions and answers. So I just given some questions as who is the speaker and what type of event it was, whether it is, and who is the organizer, and today's agenda and next event would be, and like that I will give you the responses as well. Microsoft AI Day and chatbot building and apart from React. And sorry, I need to just to make it as so I just make it as the and after that so what type of event it was, so virtual or who is the speaker, and I just make some I just made I just created one knowledge base with the help of this section, so we can call it as some basic knowledge base it was. Okay, I just make it with the name of reactor. Okay, now I can utilize this one. So after once you tap onto that language studio, so it is redirect to this interface. This is the language studio. So where we need to redirect to the again for understand the question and conversational language. So just tap on this option. Here there is a one option called custom question answering. Just tap on here. Here we need to create one project. So here we need to create one project. It will ask you some several details like what is the name of the project. For example, I would like to give some Prathap AI Day 123 or something. And if you want to add any description, you can add over here. And if you want to add any language resource, you can also add here. Or else you just tap on next. And finally, once you review and finish means, you just tap on to create project. It will create one project. Okay, I'm already created one project of Pratap 1415. So just tap on here. So here so whatever the knowledge base I created, I need to add these knowledge bases here. Okay, so let's try. So I created this knowledge base reactor, right? So I would give me a moment. I need to save this file. Uh, try to save a copy in downloads. So so I just saved to my local folder. Okay, now I just remove this one. Okay, so now I'm going to add my files here. So I just adding my files. So I would like to give the source name as reactor, and I just browse my file. Okay, just tap on and browse files, and give me a moment. So I just select this reactor, just to open. So here we need to classify the text file structure. So auto detect or unstructured. So just tap on auto detect. Once you done, so just to tap on add all. So once you added this file, and also if you want to add a global chit chat as well. So we have the global chit chat. So whether it was a friendly, whether it is a professional, and whether it was in different file formats. So give me a moment while it is uploading. I would like to show you. Yeah, so my data file is knowledge base is added. So I can also add the chit chat as well. So there is an option chit chat. I just added here. Here, so I just add the chit chat in a friendly manner. Okay, just tap on chit chat, add chit chat. So once you done the chit chat, okay, so let's wait for the adding all these resources and all. Okay, so it will take several few seconds. After that, we need to go for the so now we can go for the edit knowledge base. If you want to edit knowledge base means you can tap on here. And before editing this one, I need to test this knowledge base. Just tap on this test. If you want to include the answers and all, just tap on here. Here I need to ask who is the speaker. Okay, I'll ask this question. See, I just add this question. It will give you the responses. Pratap. So this is the knowledge base. So where we are testing this knowledge base, whether it is giving the response. The same way, whatever the questions we added, so it will give you the response. Same way, we need to integrate this knowledge base to our chart button. Okay, it will give you the response. So I would like to ask, like for example, what is the agenda? Yeah. So chatbot building, it will give you the response. So we have the different global chit chat as well. So this is all our friendly manner. So I'm getting the responses correctly. So I need to integrate this chatbot. I integrate this knowledge base in my chatbot. And all. Okay, so now I just tap onto deploy knowledge base. So here there is an option called deploy. So just tap on deploy. So it will take a couple of minutes. So to deploy. After deploy, we need to create one knowledge chatbot. Okay. So meanwhile, if you have any queries, feel free to write it in chat window. Okay. I just created this knowledge base. Okay. Now you just tap on to create a bot. Okay. Once you deploy this knowledge base, you just tap on create bot service. Okay. Now we are able to create one chatbot. Okay.
Hi, Pratap. We
Yeah.
have
Mhm.
one question from Anuraj, where the data
Okay.
just uploaded in Excel uh, is
Mhm.
getting stored in Azure
Okay.
storage or in Cosmo DB.
Uh, no, not Cosmos DB. It was in so we need to use different types of knowledge bases added here. So whether you need to upload with the help of Cosmos DB, and whether you need to upload with Mango DB, or else a search, or else if you have any own files, like any like a PDF format, Excel format, or any different. So it will support 15 plus extension files you need to upload in this language studio. And also, if you have any particular URL, for example, you have own website, if you have a own personal website, you need to integrate that URL into this one, so it will give you the response. And these all are the different ways of uploading the knowledge base to your chatbot application.
And then there is another question. Do we
Mhm.
need to pay for the subscription?
Yes, of course, we need to pay. It is mandatory. So without subscription, we can't create this any service. And we have the free services, but apart from that, so we need to free. But without subscription, we are unable to move forward with Language Studio or Q&A Maker and all. So we need definitely it will. We are storing some data in the knowledge base, and we are using some databases, right? So we are definitely paying for this one. So definitely we need subscription for this. And
Thank you, thank you. I think for now we only had two questions, but folks, keep
okay.
coming your questions in the chat section, as in when Pratap is
Mm.
taking a pause, I will come and ask questions to Pratap. Thank you.
Okay, okay, thank you. Okay, so once the deployment is completed, we need to create one chatbot. Okay, here it will ask you for again for subscription and which type of subscription, whether you are using a pay as you go or whether you are using any Visual Studio subscription. So I'm using this pay as you go, and which type of resource group I just add the A Prathap, and here it will which type of location I just make it as a default east to yes, and you can add the bot handle as well. It just it will if you want to add any other name for this one also you can so but I just it will automatically it will give you the response. So here the pricing tier, so we have the different pricing tiers for this one, so that's why we need to pay, definitely we need to pay for these services. See, so we have the standard and we have this, it will cost for free trial it will 0, but it will cost 41 rupees per message or something. It will be it will cost per hour 41 rupees and all. So that's why we need to pay the amount for this custom deployment and all. And so after this one, so creating type and all, so just tap on next option. Here we need to create one web app. So whether the STK language, in which type of language, whether in C Sharp or Node.js, I just make it as Node.js. And here we are creating the type for existing service plan. If you are using, if you want to create any resource existing plan, you can go ahead. And here it will ask you for some language resource key. Okay, so I need to replace one language resource key, and give me a moment. Mm, so I need to replace my keys and endpoint. So I want to replace my key and all. So here we have the two keys of this API keys and key one and key two. I just copy one key and I need to replace that key here. And okay, so once you're done, next tap on next option. So once the validation is completed, we are ready to deploy this custom deployment. So validation is completed, just tap on create. Okay, so it will take 1 or 2 minutes most probably. Give me a moment. And yeah, so it was the deployment is in progress. So only thing is that, so whatever the deployment here, so whatever the knowledge base we created, only thing is that, so we need to add this knowledge base to this particular chatbot. Okay, so we need, right, so just imagine in cool mind, for example, let's say we are using chat gpt, Gemini models, Bing models, Copilot, right? So without data, without any information, how, I mean, for example, let's imagine whether these chatbots are give you the responses or not. For example, let's say uh, anything, so consider the chat gpt, consider any Copilot model. They need, definitely they need some set of information, definitely they need some information through any kind of for example, let's say uh, whether it is trained with some certain data sets. And for example, let's say for example, we have to ask several questions. For example, let's say, uh, what is an Azure and what is an ML, and everything we need to ask with ChatGPT. It is giving the responses accordingly, like that way. So any time, so is there any way you have an idea about whether uh, why it is giving the responses this way, well, how, where this chat GPT getting these responses and all? Let's see. So what are the chatbot, what are the uh, I mean LLM model we are using? It is trained with some set of knowledge base, so then only it will give you the response. So that's why I just added a simple knowledge base as a Excel sheet. Okay, so this Excel sheet will give you the responses. So I just added this Excel sheet, this deployment, this knowledge base. I just deployed this knowledge base, and whatever the knowledge base I have right now, so I can integrate to this chatbot. So once we test in the web chat or we test in the channels, now we can integrate this deployment in any channels like Teams and Facebook and email, Outlook, and we have the several options. I would like to show you. So give me a moment, and while it will take some time to deploy, and I would like to show you the responses as well. And here, so once the bot is created, we are ready to utilize this one. So deployment is in still progress. So give me 2 more minutes. Yeah, one bot is created. So I just language bot. So let me open this one. So I need to give some time to this deployment. So it probably will take some time only, and few moments, please. So it will take. It is based upon. So whenever we need to integrate these deployments, and it will more probably it will depends upon the broadband connection only. So I think I'm using my office LAN only. So give me a few more minutes. I think will wind up by 1 hour only. So I think have a look. So before this time, so I would like to create. Is there any way possible? I need to create one more deployment within this time. So sometimes it will doesn't work. So I'd like to show you how can we create one more time. Let me refresh this page. Here I add some. So give me a moment. I think it will take some time. So I just tap onto the deployment, but it will take several minutes. Yeah, this one is done. Yeah, so now deployment is completed. Just tap on go to resource. So now we can utilize this bot service. So here there is a one language AI bot is there, right? So we can use that bot. Okay. Give me one moment. Yeah, now we can use this bot. Okay, Azure bot. Now, so I just tap onto the Azure bot. So here it will ask you for testing web chat. Okay. So here now we can test this web chat. Okay, whether it will give you the response or not. Who is the speaker? I just given this input, so whether it be getting the response or not. So wait for some time. Okay, I'm not getting the response. So let's try from end. Um, but whenever we need to, for example, let's say I would like to show you in the knowledge base. I just tap on knowledge base. Okay, so here I in the test mode. Okay, so I just include the both of them. So for example, let's say I need to clear this one. I need to ask who is the speaker. It will give you the responses. The Prathap. So I'm getting the responses. And same way, I need to ask what is the agenda. It will give you the response, chatbot building and all. But so sometimes say in the language studio, yeah, see, now I'm getting the responses. So who is the speaker? And it will give you the response as Pratap. And welcome to the Q&A. Ask me any question, and it will give you the response. So I need to add what is the agenda, but it will take some time. It will give you the response. So chatbot building. So now I'm getting the responses. So we can add. See here we can add some documents for this chatbot. It will give you the responses accordingly. Okay, now we need to add to this whatever the knowledge base we have. So here we have the available channels. So here web chat and direct line and Alexa communication chat, direct line speech and email, Facebook, group me and Microsoft Teams and Skype, Slack, Telegram, Willow. We have these type of different channels. So whatever the knowledge base we have, we need to integrate this chatbot, and we have to integrate this chatbot into this channels. So for example, now I can add chatbot to this Teams application. Okay, excuse me. So just click on this one, just tap on agree. Okay, now once you've done this one, uh, so once you're done, just tap on apply. Okay, so once you're done, so we are ready to deploy our chatbot into this Teams application. Okay, so wait for this Microsoft Teams channel is enabled. Now we just close this one, come back to the channels. So here this Microsoft Teams application is there. So there is an option called open in Teams. Just tap on here. It will ask you to uh, use the web app, or we need to use this one. For example, let's say, so this is the chatbot. So it is redirected to the Teams application. Okay, now here we need to integrate, and here there is something called you can't send messages to this web because I'm using the new Teams application. So whatever the supported format of this language studio, so it is Microsoft Teams tenant, that is normal Teams only. So but I'm using the new Teams, so that's why it is not supported. But so whenever, okay, so how it looks like means, so in the web chat, so how we are getting the responses, right? Same way we are getting the same way whatever the responses we need to whatever the inputs we have to give to this chatbot, it will give the responses accordingly. Same interface we need to add it to this particular chatbot. So I just added this bot into my Teams application. It will give you the responses. So like that we can integrate this particular chatbot into any type of channels. Here we have the different available channels like Alexa, communication, direct line, email, Facebook, group me, line. We have so everything we need to add. So this is the way where we need to integrate. We need to build the chatbot applications, and we need to integrate. This is the entire process of this session. So about so we have to build. For example, initially we created one language services. For this language services, we go for the language understanding in the conversation custom question answering, where we need to integrate the one knowledge base, right? So the knowledge base we created with the help of Excel sheet. So in one column we created the questions, and another row we created one answers. So whatever the question and answers we prepared, and we have to deploy it, integrated in this knowledge base. So whatever the knowledge base we deployed, and we have to integrate it to this chatbot. The chatbots again we have to integrate it in any teams, different channels like Teams, GroupMe, Line, Hi, Skype, Slack, Telegram. So these are just the entire process of this building the chatbot. And so that's all from my end, Rasmita. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. And that's all from my end. Thank you so much. Yeah,
Yeah, I
I'm open
think,
for questions.
thank you. So there is the first question from Nam Tran. What is the monthly cost to operate this chatbot?
So it is a basic version. It will take around 6,000, 4,700 something.
Okay, okay.
Hmm.
And the next one
Hmm.
is, can knowledge base be shared, or every chatbot we create a new knowledge base?
Yeah, we need to create, for example, let's say if you have any existing knowledge base, you can add that one as well. So if you want, so we have the for example, let's say there are the different types of business requirements you have. For example, let's say you have to create the chatbot for your employees data. If you have to create a chatbot for different purposes, so based on the purpose, so if you want this exist, is there any existing knowledge base, you can utilize that one. So based on the purpose only, you need to integrate this knowledge base.
Okay, so the next question is knowledge base shareable between different chatbots?
Yes, of course, we can integrate that one. So the API will integrate. I mean, that will makes a intermediate between any two chatbots. So we can use that knowledge base for two bots as well.
Okay, great. So I think that's about it for
Mhm.
today's question. So, folks, if you have any further question, please feel free to reach out to Pratap.
Yeah,
His social handle link I'm also sharing in the chat section.
yeah.
So, in case if you have any further question, please feel free to reach out to him. And with this, we are at the end of the session. Thank you so much, Pratap, for hosting this session, and thank you all for joining us today. Please visit Microsoft Reactor website for more upcoming sessions, and feel free to use the Learn module links,
Yeah.
which I've already shared in the chat section, and also you can see right now on the screen. This will give you access to take your learning further. Thank you all once again, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Bye bye. See you next time.
Bye.